The date is Wednesday, May 10th. I'm Lewis Morals, and this is a Market Bull Update. The average S&P 500 CEO made $13.1 million in 2016, 347 times more money than the average worker, resulting in calls for the rich to change the cliche to another day, another annual middle-class wage. Because seriously, what the fuck can you even buy for $1? To put this in perspective, if the average worker's pay was equivalent to the number of calories in a single stalk of celery, the average CEO's would be more than 3.5 Big Macs, which is a terrible analogy given that poor people don't eat vegetables and rich people don't eat fast food. Despite mounting evidence that active stock pickers underperform the markets, bonuses earned by the 177,000 securities industry employees in New York alone were 1.6 times the combined earning of all of the nation's 1 million plus minimum wage workers, a statistic that wouldn't exist if we just got rid of the minimum wage altogether. Over the past 3 decades, minimum wage has increased 116% compared to an 890% increase in Wall Street bonuses. But to be fair, there are way more expensive luxury goods on the market now than there were 30 years ago. A Yelp is defined as a short, sharp cry of pain or alarm, which is exactly what investors let out before hitting sell on consumer review company Yelp. Competition from Google and Facebook have caused advertisers to flee the platform. So while Yelp's performance may only earn it 1 star, at least its stock will only cost you a single $sign. As revenue goes down faster than a slutty teenager, Abercrombie is reported to be putting itself up for sale. Its stock currently sits near its lowest point in 17 years, much like the self-esteem of its customer base. CEO Fran Horowitz has said that 80% of their customers are over 18, which begs the question of what self-respecting adult wears Abercrombie. Disney's stock is down as a live-action Beauty and the Beast played out in their earnings report, with beautiful results from their film studios and theme parks overshadowed by beastly numbers from ESPN. ESPN has been losing subscribers as more consumers stop paying for cable, though they remain locked into expensive multi-year contracts with several sport leagues. Sadly, diminishing results over a long-term contract is something with which most sports fans are all too familiar. In 2015, billionaire investor and vocal Trump supporter Carl Icahn launched a $150 million super PAC to, quote, help end the crippling dysfunction in Congress. As a special advisor to Trump, he's now being accused of personally making a $50 million profit by influencing environmental policies impacting an oil refinery he owns, which means he's likely looking for an additional $100 million in political favors to recoup his full investment in the super PAC. The Supreme Court has ruled that political donations equal free speech, so logically, rewarding those donations with advisory roles counts as freedom of assembly. If you don't like it, check out my right to bare fingers. Clearly, we're draining the swamp so it can be refilled with industrial waste. This has been a Market Bull Update. I'm your host, Lewis Morals, reminding you that the only time you need to listen is when money talks.